Hey everyone, it's Joe Bradley here in Houston, Texas, and I want to thank you for stopping by my page. Thank you for stopping by my blog or stopping by my channel. Wherever you are, wherever we're meeting each other, I just want to thank you for stopping by. And if you will, just take this time, if you haven't already, to go ahead and click the subscribe button so that we can stay in contact, because I love hearing from you. I love hearing from everyone who's leaving the awesome comments and everything like that. And I love the encouragement, and I learn just as much from y'all. Actually, I learn more from everyone than probably I'm giving. So I appreciate and I invite you to subscribe to my link. Now, what we've been doing over the last few days, last few weeks, is we've been looking at the recipe or formula for success. And the ingredients that we've covered are all ingredients that are necessary before you ever buy into any system, before you ever get in the car and go. These are what we have to make sure that we have. You know, there's a whenever you get ready to bake a cake or do something, it always says, here is what you're going to need. Well, these are the ingredients that you're going to need. And if we don't have these ingredients, then our results won't come out like we want, like we would desire them to. You know, if the cake just doesn't rise as high as we want it, or if the cake isn't as moist as we want it to be, or maybe it just is too hard, or something just isn't right, it's too doughy, or whatever it might be, then maybe there's something that didn't go right in the preparation part, in the putting together of the ingredients. And so I just want to help you to have all of the ingredients that you need in order to have a successful journey toward your goal, toward your dreams, toward the realization of your dreams. And so we've already covered, just in recap, we've already covered the value of preparation. We've covered the value of authenticity, and yesterday we talked about the absolutely undeniable value of determination. And so today, and if you didn't get a chance, then I'm sure there's a link either above me or below me or somewhere where you can actually go and look at those videos, or read those blogs. And so today I want to talk about the next ingredient, which is so important and which rightfully follows after determination, and that is expectation. Expectation is literally, for lack of finding a different word to define it, it's literally what we are, or the outcome of what we are expecting in the process. So we've prepared ourselves. We have identified with who we are, the authenticity. We've identified with the with the authenticity of who we are, and we've determined what the outcome is going to be. We have set our intentions, and so now expectation means that we don't expect anything different. We don't expect something else. We don't expect anything less. And here's why expectation is so valuable, and because it's literally what allows us to get to the end that we designed, that we desired, that we planned, without being surprised. You know, you ever notice when you're watching sports how, you know, there may be 2 seconds left in the game, and then the ball goes to Kobe Bryant and he'll hit the 3-point shot, or the ball goes to LeBron James and he'll hit the winning shot, or Michael Jordan would do it all the time back in his day, and not just in basketball, but in football. We used to watch Emmitt Smith and Jerry Rice and all these great players who would do immaculate and amazing things, and the crowd would just erupt and be like, "Oh my goodness!" You know, "Oh man, this is just so awesome. This guy is unbelievable." And while everybody erupted in disbelief and just in amazement, the Kobe Bryants and the LeBron James, the Emmitt Smith, what they would do is they would literally just kind of just walk it off as if it was a normal day. Well, here's why: because they expected for the ball to go in. They expected to get into the end zone. They expected to get the yardage, and so it was normal. It was just a normal deal. And expectation, when we expect the results, because whatever we expect is what's going to happen. And here's what happens: if we expect anything else, then what we are looking for, if it happens, which it probably won't, if it happens, Number one, we won't recognize it. Number two, we won't appreciate it. And number three, we won't be able to apprehend it and hold on to it for a long time. We won't be able to sustain it. And so yesterday we went to the Bible to a few verses, and so I want to do the same thing today. There's a scripture where Jesus says, if you believe, then you can receive it. If you believe, then you can receive it. And we know that this is true in so many different ways. We can find this very principle in all kinds of different writings, whether it's the Bible, the Dalai Lama, all kind of different writings. We can find that belief will lead to reception. If you can believe it, then you can receive it. But here's where the disconnect is, and this is why I believe so many of us don't ever get to the point where we're holding what it is we believe, where we're holding something in our hand that we believe can happen. Because belief isn't often the problem. The problem is we have mistaken the reception or the receiving of our belief. We've mistaken that for something that's tangible. When in reality, what the reception is just as psychological, it's just as mental, it's just as spiritual as the belief is. And so what it is, the reception is, it's being able to possess it before we've ever touched it. It's being able to smell it and taste it and visualize ourselves in that moment and on that day, that particular time. It's understanding that this is how it feels. This is what it's going to be like. This is how it's going to be when I pay off my house. A good friend of mine and one of my mentors actually visualized himself paying off his mortgage, and 4 months later, he and his wife took the check to the bank exactly like they had positioned themselves in their mind to pay it off. And so what happened is their expectation, it wasn't a surprise. Yeah, there was some emotion involved, and there was some tears, and there was gladness, but it wasn't a surprise. It wasn't a shock. See, expectation, when we have expectation in our ingredients, in our recipe, when we make sure we include that, then our success to the level that we planned it out, it may come as excitement, and it may come as matter of fact, it will come in a very exciting way. We'll be excited about it. We'll be happy about it. We'll be joyful about it. But let me tell you something. We won't be shocked. Expectation takes the shock treatment out of it. Expectation makes it to where when it happens, we don't get beside ourselves. But if we go through our journey, and if we manage to get a hold of any level of success, I guarantee that without expectation, we won't be able to keep it long. There's another verse in the Bible where God says, he says, try me and see. He says, try me, bring all the tithes and offerings to the storehouse. And he says, and try me and see that I won't, and watch me open up all the windows of heaven and pour out a blessing that you won't be able to receive. See, well, we've looked at that and said, man, God's going to give you more than what you can handle. Well, no, here's the problem. The problem is because it's not something that you expect. See, if you expect it, then you won't have to worry about not being able to receive it. You won't have to worry about not being able to hold on to it. I remember a story in the Bible again where Peter and Peter and some of the other fishermen were in the boats and they were fishing. And all night long, these professional fishermen were fishing, and Jesus came over, and they were mending their nets, hadn't caught nothing. You know how you work so hard, spinning your wheels and all that stuff, but you just come across nothing, right? They're nothing. And so then Jesus asked him, he said, hey man, y'all caught anything? And he said, man, we ain't caught nothing. And so Jesus says, well then take the net and put it on the other side. Put it on the other side of the boat. And Peter said, dude, I'm a fisherman. You know, this is not what he said, but he's like, I'm a fisherman, man. When it comes to, if it was as simple as putting it on the other side, then we would have had a whole lot of fish by now. But it's not just that. It's not that simple. You're who you are. You're great in rabbinical stuff. But when it comes to fisherman stuff, that's me. But you know what? Just so you can see that it's not that simple, and just to satisfy you, I'll put it on the other side. Now what happened was he put the net on the other side, and when he put it on the other side, all of a sudden a great catch was in their net. But here's what happened. It was so great they couldn't receive it. Why? Because the nets that they had represented their expectation in the moment. They weren't expecting such a great amount of fish. They weren't expecting such a great catch. And so what happened was they lost what they had. They needed help pulling it in because they couldn't keep what they had. Expectation, or the lack thereof rather, it won't bring anything in, or it won't keep anything away. But what it will do, it will, without expectation, we will not be able to catch or to keep what we catch. And so if you want to keep what you catch, if you want to sustain and hold on to the success that you are preparing to have, then make sure that you expect what it is you're planning for. Make sure that you receive it in your spirit so it's so real that no one can take it away. No one can deny it. And here's a picture of that same event later on. They're fishing, same people, same place. They're fishing, because here's what happens. They lost the fish, but it was still in the same place. They lost it to where they lost it to the source. They lost it in the water. Look, what's for you is for you. You are who you are. Your purpose is to fulfill exactly what only you can do, right? Les Brown says it best. He says, we all showed up here with something, and if you leave this place without fulfilling your dream, without coming to your purpose, then all of us miss out. That's why I'm willing to help so many people every day. That's why I'm trying to encourage people to find the best version of you, to discover what you really are. Don't try to be me. Don't try to be some of the other leaders. Don't try to be some of the other people that are experiencing success. Find out who you are and become the best version of you. Because what happens is you'll miss out, but so will everyone else. We miss out if I'm not being who I am, if I haven't found the optimum version of me, then everyone is missing out, including me, right? So later on, they have that they're in the boat, they're fishing, same thing. He comes up, he says, "Hey, y'all caught anything?" They said, "No." He says, "Put the net on the other side." This time they didn't ask any questions. They put it on the other side. They pulled it up. They were able to keep it. Guess what? They were in the same river. I mean, they were in the same body of water. And so what they had lost before, it wasn't lost completely. They just needed a better net. They needed the expectation that said, this is normal for me. You have to believe that this is normal for you. And right now I'm talking to someone, you're beginning to believe that this isn't normal for you. You're beginning to believe that you can't live the kind of lifestyle that some of these other people are living, that some people you see every day are living. You can't get past the choosing which bill to pay because it's so difficult. It's only for special people. No, expect that you can have the success, and when it happens, it won't be a shock. I'm looking forward to working with you. If I'm that guy, if I'm that leader, if I'm the one that you're looking for, if you resonate with me, I want you to click on the link below. Give me your best name, your best email, your best name, of course, your name, your best email, and I'll follow up with you. Send me a message if this is turn a red light green for you. If you're able to move through traffic now in your life, then I want you to go ahead and just leave a comment below. Share this with someone else who may be stuck at the same intersection, and everything will be all right. We're all in this thing together, guys and girls. We're all in this thing together. We help each other out. And when we become who we are designed to become, then no one can take that away. God bless you. I look forward to seeing you next time as we continue the recipe of success.